In this video, I'll be working through the question you can see on the screen here from the summer 2025 Cambridge A-Level Maths papers 2.2 and 2.3. They're actually the same paper. I'm going to try and show you how to do this question and not just the solution. So definitely pause and rewatch certain parts of the video as you need to. If you are looking for a different question from one of these papers or a different paper entirely, you should be able to find a playlist in the description below. If you can't, have a look around on my channel. Okay, let's get into the maths. In question 6, they give us this equation of a curve here where x's and y's all intermingled, so you can get some weird shaped curves. But part A, we don't need to worry about much of that. They just want us to show that there is no point on this curve for which the y coordinate, all that means is y is equal e to the minus 1. They just want to show that this is impossible. That's really what they're saying there. This is impossible. So let's just put this into this equation and hopefully we'll find something strange. We'll find like minus 2 is equal 8. Something that says this is impossible. Spoiler alert, it's going to be the square root of a minus number. That's what we're going to find when we put this in, and that's impossible, at least in this curriculum. Right, let's start off then. We rewrite this here with everything we know. X squared minus 3, it's just the y. Natural log of e to the minus 1 plus 6x equals 14. Now, natural log of e, they cancel each other. They destroy each other. So we're just left with a minus 1 in this part. Minus 1 multiplied by this is minus x squared plus 3 plus 6x equals 14. I don't need those brackets. This is a quadratic. We have an x squared, we have an x, and we have numbers. Let's just get everyone on the same side. I like to keep this positive. So everyone on the right will have x squares. We'll have minus 6x. We'll have a plus 14 minus 3. So we'll have a plus 11 equals 0. I'll move the equals over the right hand side. All we want to show is that this is impossible. That's what you should be thinking here. Some students might think, oh, I just solved this, forget what they're doing. But when you're solving this, you'll hopefully find out, oh, this is impossible. Oh yeah, that's what they wanted you to show. So how do you show a quadratic has no solution? Hopefully you're remembering minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You don't need all that. This is impossible. The answer to this is impossible when what's inside here, b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. That's what you need to remember. When this is less than 0, impossible. Equals 0, only one answer. Greater than 0, there's two answers. That's what we have learned. So we know what b is, minus 6. So this becomes 36 minus 4 times 1 times 11. And that's 36 minus 44. That's minus 8. And that is indeed less than 0. And that's the answer to part A. This cannot be a solution because b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. There's no solution when you put that in. At least no real solution. If you are finding my videos useful and would like to help the channel out, on top of liking and subscribing, probably the best thing you could do is to tell other people doing the exam about my channel. Maybe you could share this video in a class WhatsApp group. Then if you feel I've really deserved it and you would like to buy me a coffee, you could become a member on YouTube or on Patreon. You should find links to that in the description below. Now, part A was sort of just a bonus question. It wasn't the real meat of this question. That's part B. In part B, they tell us about a point at 2e squared. So x is 2 and y is e squared. And they ask us to find the equation of a tangent to this curve at this point. Now, what does that mean? This curve looks strange. I have no idea what it looks like. Let's say it looks like this. I have no idea. I don't care. They're telling us this point is on it. Maybe it's right here. So we're given a point, 2e squared. And they just want us to find the tangent to this point. The equation of the line of the tangent to this point. So this question now revolves down to what's the equation of this line here? They just want you to find the equation of a line. You have the point. All we're looking for is the slope. What's m? We're looking for the slope of this line. Hopefully you're thinking, well, I know the slope is equal to the derivative. And that's what the meat of this question is. Find the derivative of this, or find, not the derivative of this, the dy dx. Find the derivative of y, at least. I guess you can say the derivative of this. How do we do that? That's what's difficult. There's two ways to do this. I'll set up the first way, and then I'll do the second way. Which is easier? One is shorter, but I'd say harder, and one is longer, but easier. All right, let me set up the longer but easier one first, and then you can finish it off if you want. I want to know dy dx. Let me just clear this off. I want to know dy dx, but to do that, it might help to find what y is equal. So if I rearrange all this, I'll find what y is equal. So natural log of y is equal to 14 minus 6x. I'll just move this over and divide by this, x squared minus 3. Get rid of the natural log then. Y is equal to e to the power of 14 minus 6x over x squared minus 3. That's y. This is one way to do this. All you have to do next is differentiate y. Differentiate this here. It's not too difficult. It's not as difficult as it seems. The derivative of e is easy. It's just the same as the question. It's just a chain rule. So you differentiate e as if this is a u up here. So I'll start writing the answer, I suppose. Dy dx is equal to e to 14 minus 6x over x squared minus 3. But the chain rule says then we need to multiply that by the derivative of up here. So really, you just have to differentiate up here. And that's the quotient rule. That's, let's see, the bottom row multiplied by the derivative of the top. I guess I can write it all out. X squared minus 3 multiplied by the derivative of the top. That's minus 6. Take away the top row. I hope I haven't got these the wrong way around. The top row multiplied by the derivative of the bottom, 2x, divided by the bottom row squared. That's dy dx. You might say, well, what do I do with all this? You could clean it up a little, but not much. Remember, you're just looking for the slope. Yeah, let me finish this off a little bit. Dy dx when x equals 2 and when y is equal e squared. You go ahead and put all of that in here. It's not as scary as it looks. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. That's minus 6. That's, let's see, that's 2 times another 2. That's 4. Is that right? 16. 2 times 4 is 8. Minus 8. So minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14. See, I know the answer, so I was a bit worried I wasn't getting it. Minus 14 is on top. Down here is 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 squared, still minus 14. And then you're left with this, e, and that's, what's this? On top is 2, on bottom is 1. This is e squared. Minus 14 e squared is the answer of doing this. I didn't mean to do it all that way because I'm going to show you a different way now. But that is the answer we're looking for, at least for M. Let me clean this off and I'll do it a slightly different way. Implicit differentiation. It's quicker, but probably more harder to think about. Implicit differentiation just says differentiate everything. Differentiate this term. That's a product rule. That's differentiate this, multiply. Well, let me do it out. The product rule of these two is, let's see, leave the first one alone. Multiplied by the derivative of this. That's hard. The derivative of the natural log is 1 over the thing. Then you need to use the chain rule because I've cheated a little. You need to multiply by the derivative of what's inside here. And that's just dy dx. And we want that. Now I have dy dx somewhere. Let's see, then we leave this guy alone, natural log y, multiply by the derivative of this, that's 2x, put a bracket around that just in case, plus 6 equals 0. That's implicit differentiation. Rearrange all this. We leave dy dx. We'll get this is equal minus 6 minus 2x natural log y. That's these two just moved over. Then I'll multiply everyone by y.
I'll get a y up here. And I'll divide by this guy. X squared minus 3. That's dy dx. You might say this looks different than the one earlier. It is. It does look different, but it's the same. It gives the same numbers. Especially, let's see. Let me just show you. When we put in x is equal 2 and y is equal e squared, put that in, I'll get, let's see, I'll get minus 6 and minus 4 natural log of, well, let me write it out here. Minus 6 minus 4 natural log e squared. That'll cancel and leave it 2 over 4 minus 3 multiplied by e squared. In here is, like I said, this cancels and we're left with 2 times 4 is 8. Minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14. 1 on the bottom times e squared. Same answer as we got previous. This one's a little quicker, but you have to be able to do the chain rule in your head a lot more confidently. Although you had to use the chain rule the other way, so not much difference. Right, let me clear this off. I don't want to use this tiny space here. I still need to get the equation of this line here. Now, I don't want you to overthink the end of this question. Really, all we have a point, 2e squared, and then we have a slope, y is equal minus 14 e squared. They want you to find the line. That's it, the same as we've always done. A line is equal to, is the same as y is equal mx plus c. M we have right here, so we put that in. Y is equal minus 14 e squared times x plus c. How do we find c? We use the point to find c. We put in x and y, and we'll find out what c is. So y is e squared equals minus 14 e squared. X is a 2. 2 times minus 14 is minus 28 plus c. So we really have minus, let me clean that up. We have minus 28 over here. Add that to both sides. Add 28 e squared to both sides. This will destroy it, and we're left on this side 29 e squared. So there's 1 e squared here and 28 more coming, which 29 is equal to c. You'd probably get full marks there, but really don't forget to write the very last line. The very last line is y is equal minus 14 e squared x plus 29 e squared. That's the equation of this line. That's what they ask you. When they say exact constants, they don't want you to use the calculator here and have decimal numbers. They want the exact number, so they still want the e's and stuff like that in the natural logs if there were, stuff like that. Okay, that's it for question 6. If you have any follow-on questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.